Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. I'm Shivani, and this is your July astrology reading for Pisces Sun, Pisces Rising. And of course, if you have Pisces Venus and Pisces Moon, you would also resonate. But when it comes to astrology, our rising sign is specifically the one which will resonate the most. But of course, there are always messages, okay? So, the July, let me open up your chart first, and we are going to see this, look at this together, okay? So, for you, July 3rd, the full moon in Capricorn happens in your 11th house. So, I'm not a Pisces rising, but I'm a Pisces sun. And so, I definitely saw this amplification of connections, amplification of the this energy of full moon, kind of like really focusing on my friendships, on my circle, on my community. And that's kind of like, if anybody has been like talking to me for the last 3 years, they know that it's been an energy I've been waiting for such a long time. I have my Mars in my 11th house, and so I know the potency of what friendships mean for me. So if you're a Pisces sun or Pisces rising, you would have experienced this focus, depending on obviously if you have planets in this placement or not. But yes, definitely this full moon in Capricorn really probably got you back your connections, got you back into a space of reviewing or releasing some connections or friendships, which have crossed their expiry date, and to really like also look back as to how far you've come, if there are some actions that you need to be taken towards your dreams and aspirations, be it through connections or be it the goals that you aspire to go forward for, then this full in Capricorn is like really leaving you with a lot of motivation, right? Which happened on July 3rd. So the energy is still kind of like, raw and primal. On July 10th, we have the Mars entering Virgo. And for you guys, this is happening in your wait, yeah, that is happening in your seventh house. So relationships again. Okay, Pisces, relationships are really something that is drawing your focus, okay? And that will continue to draw your focus. And let's be honest, it's been a hot second, right? It's been a while since you guys have actually poured your energy into relationships and connections. I can speak for myself for sure. So don't really judge yourself. Don't really, because there can be a tendency to pull yourself off from being focused in this specific area of your life, because you feel like, oh, am I God obsessing a lot, or am I just thinking too much, or I'm just pouring my energy way too much than necessary? Because as I said, it's been a hot second. It's been a while since you guys have been in this space of sharing yourself in connections, be it in a community, be it in a one-on-one relationship, be it in a partnership. Things are kind of like getting really like things are moving forward, and things are moving forward like really quick into your life. People are really coming in from at a speed of like 100, right? So that's a 0 to 100 real quick. So if you've been in a space of doing things by yourself, of being independent, of being uh, hyper independent at times, then you would be tested as well, because you will be asked to open your heart more, to get more vulnerable, to get more intimate, to allow people to step in, to allow these connections to make their way into your life, because we all know it. We've been praying it for a while, okay? So now that this energy is here, you will be feeling guided to take actions towards these connections, to take actions towards these relationships, and to do it in a very pragmatic, practical way, which is kind of like new for you. But it's also your seventh house, right? It is the descendant. It's something that had to die for you to embrace your Pisces. So This is your time to kind of like get real. This is your time to get practical and to really be very honest with what do I want from my relationships? What do I really need from my relationships and my connections and my community and my circle, and my friendships, you know? It's like Capricorn, Virgo, very practical energy. It's really asking us to get clear what's specifically for you guys in your relationships and your connections. On July 11th, Mercury enters Leo. So while in my general report I said the sentiment around this is going to be really fiery and really passionate, so make sure that you are not speaking out of ego. But I feel like before this, the first week itself would be so potent for you to release any egoic tendencies, release any where you are holding on too tight to ego, to pride. By the time Mercury enters Leo, I think it'll be left with so much of passion. Also because it's happening in your sixth house, so yeah, you would feel also very probably passionate to speak about your routines. You feel passionate to speak about your work, about your job, about your health, and keep that momentum going because it's magnetic. Okay, Leo is a very very magnetic energy, and it is really really you just don't know what this passionate energy of being vocal about what you do really brings in. Because what I see is that luck is kind of like opening up for you guys. Okay, like we all know it, and I think you can feel it, right? Jupiter is in Taurus, but that's for you. That's your third house. Again, co-workers, siblings, neighbors, you know. The community aspect is really being highlighted right now. The people in your life are really coming into focus right now, and they are the ones which are bringing you opportunities. They're the ones which are bringing you luck. They're the ones which are bringing you momentum. So if you've been in a space of being a hermit or being like kind of like F people, I'm gonna just go and live my own life, the perspective is shifting. Yeah, things are shifting. And at deep core, at deep inside, you know that this is what you've been wanting for so long as well, right? Pisces is definitely not an energy which can stay aloof for a very long time. You require that gooey, emotional, sentimental energy to thrive on, and not to say that you cannot have it by yourself. You're great at it. You're amazing at it. Nobody does it better than you, in fact. But also, you're a people's person, Pisces. People love you. And I think it's also high time that you realize around this time that people actually do love me. On July 17th, you have a new moon in Cancer. It's a great time for you guys to specifically start something which is connected to your sharing your art, which is connected to sharing your hobby, which is connected to starting a new relationship, a new romantic opportunity, whatever which gives you pleasure. Because as I said, it's like you guys been like really working hard, and I think like healing a lot of stuff, just like a lot of us. But I think specifically you guys have been doing it all by yourself. The DIY era is like kind of like now over for Pisces. Yes, please, right? And I feel like the 17th July, when we have the new moon in Cancer, that is really asking you to get more into this energy of lightheartedness, joy, playfulness. And I think at this point, I don't even have to tell you, because you are so tired by carrying all this baggage, by carrying all this stuff on your back, that now you would be more than happy to experience some of the fun, joy, and pleasure of life. Because why not? I deserve it, right? And now you have probably people around you to share that energy with. So enjoy it while that happens, okay? On the same day, we have the lunar node shifting signs. So now from Taurus to Scorpio, it enters Aries to Libra. And what does that mean for you? For you guys, it is happening in your second house and your eighth house. So if you're a Pisces rising, then your focus is now shifting from from handling finances to more to yourself. But again, because for you Aries is in your second house, it is still money, like it is still finances, but in a way that is more about you instead of the community. Like I feel like you've been doing charity for a while. I feel you've been like really serving the community for a while. I feel you have been like really been putting the needs of other people for a for quite a bit, especially for the last 1.5 years. It's like the universe is like, okay, all right, we see you, we got you. It's time for you to enjoy and to understand the meaning of wealth and abundance, what it means for you specifically. We see it, that you have all these big ideas and big ambition for the community. We honor it, we celebrate you. So here's more. What are you going to do about it? What is your relationship with money like? I feel like a lot of your stuff around your personal relationship with money, your personal relationship with finances and your self-worth is going to come to the surface for the next 1.5 years, okay, up until Jan 2025. And you would be in a space to let go anywhere where you are probably holding on too tightly to being codependent on someone else, on a family member, on anybody for your abundance, for your wealth, for your money, for your finance. It doesn't mean that you have to cut them off. It doesn't mean that you have to instantly make that shift. But I feel like this time will teach you the meaning behind letting go of relationships that you can sometimes form because you don't feel that you can create abundance for yourself. Yeah. So the universe just wants us to form relationships based on love, not needs. Those are karmic relationships, and it feels like the karmic era is over and you're kind of like now ready and willing and excited to move into a time where you want to, like, connections are all here. We just talked about it, right? The heart is open. The vulnerability is opening your heart even more, if not possible. and you're being really asked to honor yourself when it comes specifically with your money, okay, Pisces, specifically when it comes to your money. What are my needs? How do I want to enjoy my wealth? Yes, you are allowed to enjoy your wealth as well. Yes, it's great to serve the community. It's great to serve the people around you. You are going to do that anyway. But this is the time to really be like, how do I want this wealth to serve me? What is my expression? And how can this abundance help me share my expression? What is my relationship with money like? We have a money mindset workshop on the shop. Money mindset workshop, yeah, on the shop, but it's also inside the memberships. If you would want to check that out to have like a laser focus, kind of like an deep dive into it, then I would highly recommend you to do that in this time. We might have actually more stuff on abundance coming in, as I'm also Pisces, and I'm sure this time will lead me to kind of like dive deeper into it, as I'm already actually seeing it. Okay, yep. July 22nd, Venus turns retrograde. That's the time again. The focus comes. It's already started for you guys. Okay, a little early, but yes. So don't be afraid. Like I wanted to say that again. Don't be afraid to bring your focus to your relationships, to love, to beauty, to pleasure. That's the Venus energy. And then on July 22nd, Venus turns retrograde in the sign of Leo. And for you, that is again your 6th house, right? So you have a lot of 6th house activations. So please make sure that you balance your health. Yes, you are, it's like your nervous system capacity is increasing because you're now having like more things to look at. Your energy has been going in different directions now. That's what happens when we have like, it's like we all wait for the good things, and when the good things come, it's like a challenge to create space for them. So your nervous system is really working hard right now to create more space in your day, in your time, in your energy. So please make sure you don't take it for granted. Make sure you don't uh, overwork yourself, be it in relationships, be it in going out, being in your social events, or be it in love. Honor your needs as well, because that's what the entire last few years have been about for Pisces, right? To learn to honor ourselves. And now that things start moving again, the momentum catches up again, then okay, have you learned your lesson? Pisces, have you learned your lessons yet? So the Venus in when it goes in retrograde in Leo, it can get you to be very fiery, it can get you to be very passionate and very excited, and sometimes you might not realize that you're overextending yourself. So please take care of that, that you're not overextending yourself, that you're not spreading yourself too thin, that you're honoring your boundaries. Big one, big one for the Pisces, what we've been learning. It's also a great time to reassess your commitment, and I think for you it's important to reassess them according to your health, according to your energy. I feel that the commitments that are now coming into your life, the relationships, the plans, and whatever is coming into your life, they are in honor. They're honoring the vessel that it is here. Yes, be it a work opportunity, be it a relationship opportunity, it feels good, great, amazing, beautiful. But I think one thing that we need to remember with all the lessons that we've been through for the past few years, specifically, like 1.5 years, is like, is it in alignment with my health? Is it in alignment with my body? Is it in alignment with my energy? Do I have the energy for this right now? If yes, okay. If no, do I want to? If yes, okay. How can I readjust? How can I state my boundaries? How can I ask people to change and shift things for me and trust that they will do that? If not, letting it go. Could you just follow that flow chart? Yes. On July 23rd, Chiron goes retrograde. And for you guys, again, that's in your second house. So again, money stuff. It's getting big right now, right? Your relationship with money, it's expanding on such a spiritual level that you cannot fathom. And so it can feel testing, but I feel like you've been already through so many tests, and the worst has already happened. But it's just kind of like it can tug on to those old wounds. And Chiron, as always, specifically in Aries, is teaching us about the wounds that we have from our childhood, and that how can we not outsource our power to those old wounds, and instead make them our strengths. Instead, probably shift our focus to what our strength is, instead of day in day out examining where am I lacking, just feeding that old story of your childhood. Where are you not good enough? Where can you improve? What can you do better? There are some wounds which just stay. That's what Chiron teaches us, but that doesn't stop you from being a healer. Chiron was the wounded healer. So when this retrograde cycle begins, it goes all the way to December 26th. So you've got 6 months to dive into it. But it's really asking you to just remember that your wounds don't get to write the story for you. Your childhood wounds don't get to write the story for you. And for you specifically, think of it in terms of generational wealth, stories that you have from your parents, from your grandparents. Think of it in terms of the money legacy stories that you've picked up from your family, from your lineage, or from your childhood. we kind of like have this conditioning that we pick up and that we go on to create our life around it. So when you are really looking at your relationship on such a like a long-term level, right? You're expanding, you're booming, you're spreading your wings, you're sinking deeper into your sense of wealth. It's not just money, it's wealth, it's abundance, it's everyone's true birthright. So then when that happens, it's like you will be asked to, like, the Chiron will get you to get honest with a lot of things when it comes to money, but there's nothing that Chiron cannot also overcome. So yeah, that's for you. Anything else? I feel you guys are you I don't think there should be, like, Lilith is also kind of in your success. Like, I really feel like you need to take care of your health right now, because Venus is going retrograde, the Mars is right now in your 6th house, so beginning before probably July 11th. Just take care of your health. It's okay to take the time that you need to take to cool down, because I feel like you've received a lot of activations, you've been doing a lot of healing work. I feel like you've been really also physically healing on some way or the other. I know I am. So take it slow, trusting that from here the body will accumulate to this new climate, this new era that you're entering. Yeah. So I really hope that supports you. I really hope that gives you what you need for this month. Let me know if you have more questions, and let me know if you have more things to dive deep into. And sending you so much love, and I'll see you next month.